and we are off to the races. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It is definitely time. Transformation Greatness and the Small Business Network podcast is back here once again for another latest installment. And I tell you, each and every single time we do an episode, each and every single time we do an event, we're always making history. And I'm just so happy and thankful just to be a part of this movement. And with that, we're going to talk about a topic in which that is very, very vital. And I want to really express with you guys all the power of it. And what is that? As you see in the description, the power of speaking. So do me a favor, if you will, as you come on board here. And I believe this is episode 59 or 60. I'm not sure. But at any rate, the message is going to be very, very powerful. So do me a favor here. If you catch this on the live, put in hashtag live. Let me know, guys, where you're tuning in from. Don't just watch this. Put in exactly where you're tuning in from, how you feeling, how's your week going. If you know me, I love interaction. I love dialogue. If you've been following me for quite some time. And if you should happen to catch this on a replay because you're out and about, you're attending to business, wherever have you, trust me, I get it. Put in hashtag replay, guys. And also do the same thing. Let me know as far as if you get value from this. So I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about the power of speaking and how powerful it is. Anyone that's an entrepreneur or content creator understand that, especially when you're on social media, live streams is very, very important. But I think that especially too when you are a content creator, anytime you have a live stream or you're in TV or radio, the power of speaking is so huge because what you say, it holds a lot of weight, right? And I want you to consider this, that just like as if you're watching the news, just as if you're watching a TV show or a movie, the power of words, the power of language, it holds so much weight that it captivates a person, right, to feel an emotion in a certain kind of way. Likewise, in addition as well, that depending upon what is said and how it's said will decide on whether a person gets to either know, like, or trust you, or even not even want to deal with you. So why is that important here as an entrepreneur? Why would you want to use a platform such as Facebook, right, to really get yourself out there? And the reason being, and which obviously most of you know, is that since we're so much in a digital age as far as with technology and social media apps and podcasts and so many different things in which that you can do, now is definitely the time. If you have a voice, if you have a message, you can't be seen enough. I'm going to say this again. You cannot be seen enough as far as we're doing podcasts, as far as we're doing live streams. If you really want to make a huge imprint, and I'm talking about just on social media, we're going to start off with that. The best thing you can do, and this is something which I tell anyone, is that you want to be omnipresent. What exactly does that mean, Sean? Omnipresent is that you want to be seen everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, every other social media platform out there. You want to have a podcast. You want to be on other people's podcasts. You want to be on other people's TV shows. Now, somebody may be saying, well, that's a little bit too much because I have a very busy lifestyle, have a very busy career, X, Y, and Z, fill in the blank. Here's the reality. Since that social media never sleeps, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, or 366 if you're counting a leap year, it's always running, always consistent. I want you to think about this. How is it, ladies and gentlemen, that something that you done did 4 or 5 years ago, people are still able to access that and absorb it today? gonna share a funny story with you. It was about last year. There was someone that reached out to me, and it was off of a YouTube video that I did like 6 or 7 years ago, right? I wasn't even thinking about it. But yet they contacted me and they told me with that content and what's that I did during around that time, it truly radically inspired them. And it really had them believing because they was at a certain point in their life where they just wasn't feeling it, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You got that point where you're like, I really don't know if this thing's going to work out. Things is really not moving in my favor. Mercury's law is coming at my door, right? Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And this is where this individual was at. So when they browsed through social media and YouTube and they found that content, that really made a major difference. Now, mind you, I just mentioned to you guys 6 or 7 years ago. Oh, 6 or 7 years ago. And here it is last year, that person basically reminded me of the value in which that it had. So with that being said, for you, as someone that's really looking to get out there, I highly encourage you to take advantage of the social media platform. Highly encourage that, guys. I mean, it's so many different platforms that's out there. You got audio and you got visual. Don't allow, as far as for what you may perceive or what you may think that you may not, have value, that who wants to really hear my story, right? My life is pretty boring. In the end, you will be surprised on who will resonate as far as with your content. You'll be very, very surprised. And the cool thing about it, and this is all tie in as far as the topic, because through the power of speaking, guys, by you starting that, you have no idea on the opportunities that can open up. If I would have quit many years ago and not done any live streams, I wouldn't have been able to do through 3 keynote speeches. I wouldn't have been able, as far as to be a guest on people's other podcasts, on other people's shows. And I wouldn't have been able to create the following in which that I currently have. And that's just on this platform, right? I'm not even talking about Instagram and everything else because we're talking about Facebook here. But the power of speaking can open up so many doors for you. But if you allow for self-limited beliefs, if you allow for what others may think or say, if you allow, as far as for that inner critic, which is through here, tell you as far as that you don't have what it takes, you can't do it, you're not eloquent enough, or you're not the right skin color, or you're not the right sex, or whatever the case may be, then you would truly miss out on that. You would truly miss out on that, guys. And I'm going to say it this way. Because there's so many tools that's out there, so many different tools, for you to not venture in or even inquire on what's possible, you're really doing yourself a disservice, and then you're doing your future audience and future clients a disservice. Now, I hear some people that may be watching this may be saying, well, I'm not an entrepreneur. Totally fine. If that's the story that you're telling yourself, totally fine. But if you have a message, if you have something which that you're passionate about, and you're not speaking on that in a positive light, then you're really doing yourself a disservice. Do you understand, guys, that we're at a time right now, 2023, last 5 years, with the digital age being the way that it is, and it's going to continue, right? Especially because AI is like, it's so prevalent nowadays. The question which I have for you is, why not? For each and every single last one of you that is not doing this, why not? And if you are a part of that, I want you to ask yourself the question, what can you do to make it better? I have, in addition to this, I also have my own podcast, Anchor FM, Transformation Greatness. I'm also a part of the Wisdom app, Transformation Greatness again. And I also have my own channel, which is powered through Stream TV, called, dare I say, Transformation TV, in which those platforms, and then there's a plethora of other platforms, in which I get an opportunity to really be able to showcase my talents, to talk about things in which that I'm passionate about, to be able to add value, and more importantly, to be able to affect and impact people in a larger area, thus the world. And I'm just one person. Now, there are individuals that are watching this that are way more articulate than me, that are way more smart than me, way more talented than me. But for whatever reason, thank you for the stars, by the way. I have no idea what the stars are about, but thank you anyway. But there are many individuals that I just mentioned that has all those intangibles, but yet are not using it. Interesting. At least do the audio podcast, right? At least do that. In which, by the way, we do have something like that too, for all those that have a message, that have a voice, but may not be ready for the camera here, right? I get it. But the audio, what's stopping you as far as with the audio? We have something like that as well. So the power of speaking. Let me go ahead and take the focus off of me. Let me go ahead and give you guys some individuals, so that way you don't think that I'm just blowing smoke and I'm on here just to be talking for the sake of be talking. What about Malcolm X, for an example? Through the power of his speaking, through him to be able to speak about the injustices that our people were going through. And what I mean our people, I'm talking about all peoples. Throughout his time. The Martin Luther Kings, the Maya Angelos, the Mary McLeod Bethune, the Helen Kellers, Bob Proctor. Guys, I can go on throughout history. But they all used their power for speaking. Right? They spoke in events. They spoke at different locations. Right? They recognize that there's power in the voice. There's power in the strong message. There's power in having conviction on what you truly believe in. Isn't it funny how someone that is wicked and evil can get on a platform and promote hate, promote their ideologies, can promote all this stuff and get a gazillion and one likes, right? And a whole bunch of dialogue, right? Oh, this person was right on this person was wrong on this, oh, this person this, oh, this person that, and get all that content and dialogue, right? And you may wonder, wow, isn't that something? But they understand the power of speaking. They understand the power of influence. They understand emotional intelligence. They understand human behavior. You guys get where I'm coming from with this? The power of speaking can open up so many different doors. It can open up so many different opportunities and venues. But guess what? If you do this, nobody can't hear anything. If you're out and about, you have a business, you have a brand, you have something that you're truly passionate about, You're in the stores, you're meeting people face to face, and you're doing this. People are not mind readers. And they're not even going to bother. Why? Because they have too much going on up here in their own personal lives. But when you use this, and you let the world know who you are, and you let them know as far as on what you're about, what you represent, and how you can add value, right, through the power of speaking, your ears open up. And I love this phrase too. Tell me more. Man, I absolutely love that. Tell me more. Interesting. We have one person on here, which is totally fine. Because whether it's one person or 10,000 people, you know me, guys. I'm going to deliver the same fervor and passion. It doesn't make a difference. But I will do this in closing, guys. Because there's so much more I can go ahead and say on this. So much more. And if this is something that you want me to create a series, I'll go ahead and create a series on that. But it's going to be on my channel, Transformation TV, by the way. I want to say this. Now is definitely the time. It wasn't yesterday. It wasn't last week. It wasn't last year. It is now. You have so much talent. So much talent. So many gifts. So many skills. And for whatever reason, you're not using this beautiful technology. No one told you you have to be perfect. No one told you that you have to be super articulate or have all these degrees just to go ahead and turn the camera on and start letting the world know who you are. Nobody cares if you stutter 10 million gajillion times. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. What people do care about is that when you come on camera and you let people know your true, authentic self, and let them know that, guys, I'm not perfect. Not by a long shot. I'm not even a world-class speaker. But you give me some time. And with the practice, with the repetition, and with the stuff in which that I am so passionate about, watch my journey in about 6 months to a year and watch the transformation. If you like as far as on what you're hearing this evening, please feel free to drop a comment. If you are someone that has a strong message, like spoken word, if you're someone that is very creative, you're a musician, you're an artist, we would love to hear from you because we have a talent expo. We would love to hear from you. If you are someone that is thinking about a business, thinking about starting a business, if you're someone perhaps that already has a business, if you are someone that had a business and you're thinking about getting back in, we have a business expo coming up for you. We'd love to hear from you as well. If you're someone that's already doing content, Instagram, LinkedIn, or here on Facebook, TikTok, but you're really looking to house your content and to reach a larger audience on a larger scale and really take that to another level, we got Strong TV for you. And if you're an individual that you like all that, but you say, you know what, I'm looking for something bigger. I'm looking for something where people can recognize me as being an expert, as someone that's a personality, a radio or TV personality, and you love that idea, and you have no problems investing in yourself. Oh, we would absolutely love to hear from you. And last but not least, I can't forget this. If you love interviewing other great individuals and give them the platform and the spotlight to where they can shine and be able to share their voice, their message, their creative genius, and this is amazing, and you want to be a part of this great revolution and be one of my lovely co-hosts, I would love to have a conversation with you. That would be amazing. So with that being said, boys and girls, I believe I took up enough of your time. I appreciate each and every single last one of you. I'm also going to be taking a look at the comments as well. If you can do me a favor, if you found this to be very informative, please go ahead and like and share this out. Please go ahead and like and share this out. I would definitely appreciate that. And with that being said, guys, if what I stated on here either motivated, transformed, or inspired at least one person, and may God be the glory. We take no credit for absolutely none of it. And notice that I said we because we're in fact a team. Because we have here Dr. James, partner, and also the main man, aka mad scientist in the house. We have here Chrissy Redding, which is one of my partners and CEOs. She's definitely my twin. And I appreciate everyone that came on to attendance. So with that being said, I'm out of here. Peace, love, and hair grease. And until the next episode, talk to you there. Peace and love, family. Thank you.